So the whole idea around that is to put a healing center there where people can come. We'll have a healing center where people can do yoga. They can get therapy for trauma. We'll have animals on the farm so we can reconnect in that way. We'll have opportunities for people to be able to help us grow the food so they can learn that process. We have 2 springs on the farm as well. One of them is a hot spring, a river running through as well too. We have pods where people can stay in them, little tiny homes. You'll be able to get your food there, do my detox, what you've done as well too. I just want to create a safe space for us to reconnect back with nature so that this kind of knowledge becomes commonplace, not just for people like me, but for all of us. Because at one point, all of our grandmothers knew everything that I know. Yeah. You know, I had my grandmother who died at 67, but her mother,
that was young, right?
Yeah. But her mother, my great-grandmother, lived to 105.
Wow.
She lives the way I was living. She was on a farm. Most of the food came from the farm. Most of the healing, the herbs came from the farm. Whenever we got sick, there was water coming out of the ground. There were outhouses, et cetera. So I think it's important that we get back to that lifestyle. Now, we can bring a little of the modern life with us, but if we want to live and be balanced mentally, spiritually, emotionally, like we got to get back to nature.
That's good. Wow. So my mom was sick. I still don't know why she was sick. Like she just got really bad. And there's a few people I called. I called you, Darius Daniels, Marcus or Roger. Y'all probably the only 3 I called. Like, yo, I need you to talk to my mom. Yeah, what did you tell her? If you remember. I don't even know what you told her. I'm like, did y'all ever talk? You're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So I appreciate that.
A lot of the conversation was remembering. And
you said
remembering.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of this information, the reason why it's a aha or it's mind blowing is because what it's doing is helping you remember what is already there.
Yeah.
And so a lot of what I was doing was helping her remember what was the basis of health from the beginning and how we gotten so far from that. So we talked about that. We talked about reconnecting with ourselves and working on the parts of ourselves that are what I call the shadow parts, which are the traumas that we sweep under the rug.
Yeah.
We talked about how foods can be not only healing, but our mind state shift can also be healing as well too, because we've been sort of programmed in a way where we don't believe we can heal ourselves. And so we talked a lot about that. She asked me about certain herbs. She asked me about certain foods, what to eat, what not to eat. It was
your top 5 favorite herbs.
Top 5 favorite herbs. I hate doing that. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. You don't have to.
No, I'm going to tell you why I hate doing it.
Yeah.
Because people take the same concept with drugs, a pill for every ill, and they apply that to herbs, and herbs don't work like that.
Yeah.
And so I just want to say that before.
Yeah.
I would say burdock root, dandelion root. I would say nettle, stinging nettle, absolutely.
What's stinging nettle for?
Stinging nettle is, first of all, it is very good for nourishing the body because it's loaded with vitamins and minerals. But it's also good for the gut. It's also good for detoxifying the body as well too. So it's just, I have an array of things. And that's what I like about herbs. It's not like a drug. A drug targets one thing.
Yeah.
Herbs they have a healing potential for many things.
Got it.
So you got stinging nettle. I would say guinea hen. What's
guinea hen for?
Guinea hen is really good for inflammation in the body, but it's also good for cancer as well too.
Okay.
And then I would just, the last one.
What's the big thing with cancer? Like you basically can't say it online. You can't.
I can say it, cancer, but.
But I'm saying like, why is it this stigma like where it's like, you can't say you can reverse cancer. I hear people say you help people get rid of cancer. I haven't heard you say it, but I'm sure you probably have. And I hear a lot of other people, they got rid. Why is it such this thing where it's like,
because there's there's a monopoly on healing people. It's just like the difference why you can patent a drug and you can't patent stinging nettle or burdock root. You can't patent nature. And so the war on medicine is that the only approved treatments are things that can be patented, which are patented drugs. Well, you can't patent herbs. And so if you can't patent something, you can't make real money off of it.
Yeah.
Cancer treatment can cost you $100,000. Medical debt is the number one cause of bankruptcy.
Wow.
The number one cause. And so with that being said, if you don't create a war on the thing that will actually address the cause versus the thing that are addressing the symptoms, because most people, they do the treatment for cancer, but the unfortunate thing is there's always a reoccurrence. It comes back. And sometimes it comes back even worse. It starts to metastasize. And so it's important for us to know, like, there's a war on everything that is good. There's two sides. There's God's side, and then there's this man-made day side. And you got to figure out what side you're going to be on, at the end of the day. So that's why the conversation is so taboo. And that's why so many people get thrown under the bus about it, is because I'm not in opposition of anything.
Yeah.
I'm for peace.
Yeah.
I'm pro this. I'm not against anything. So I'm not going to ever tell anybody what they should and shouldn't do.
Yeah.
What I'm going to tell everybody is about the message that I get from God from my perspective, and that is it.
Got it.
And then you got to do whatever you need to do for you that's best for you.
Good. Let me ask you, hear this thing about drinking urine.
Drinking what?
Urine.
Really? Okay, yeah.
I just saw you interview somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's Dr. Sabi's son. I don't know. It may not be him, but I saw a guy online.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if that was him, but he was on somebody else's platform and he said, drink urine. Like, tell me about is that true or false? And not to go against his narrative, I just want to know why I won't ever do it even if you tell me to do that.
Like, yeah, for sure. Like, there's a lot of things in play and practice, and what we have to understand is that, and in many cases, people do these things when certain other things aren't available.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, let's say
if I'm in the desert, it's no water, and I won't eat.
So that's the example that I would give. It's like, like, my thing is that when you have 22 options available to address one thing, and you don't have to drink your urine, I wouldn't drink my urine.
Yeah, got it.
Understand? But there's a lot of things that are old practices. Like I said, like herbal medicine and natural healing is as old as 60,000 years old.
Wow. So
there's many things that have been in place for hundreds of thousands of years that we as people have passed down through oral tradition, and that we don't understand that when you do it and when you don't do it. And so, yes, are there people that drink their urine for a certain reason? Yeah.
Got it.
Would I do it? No.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. It's just like there's so many different ways to get to a destination almost.
Yeah. When we learn mathematics, probably one of the first problems that we learned was 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
But there's many ways to do that. There's 1 - 0. There's, 5 - 4. Like, there's a lot of ways to get to that. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, like, I can even go outside of the box and say 1 + 1 = 3. Mm-hmm. Because when a man and a woman come together, 3, you get a trinity.
Right.
So I think it's important for us to open our minds to what are the possibilities in life.
That's good, bro. Hey, listen, this has been powerful. Tell the people about the detox. Like, how often should you do one? I want you to close with 2 things. How often should you do a detox? I don't know if that's monthly or quarterly. And I heard you talk about some things you could do daily to optimize your life, optimize your health. So I think one of them, you talk about moving.
Yeah.
So if you could just how often should we detox?
Yeah.
And I want to say this because a lot of times I was telling Ash, like Ash Cash, shout out my guy Ash. I was telling him, is like, I don't know if it was him or my wife. I'm like my stomach is big. It's like, but what I'm realizing that a lot of times people are trying to get a 6-pack, but your colon is just filled with so much stuff that you ain't even gonna get the 6-pack till you actually clean out your colon.
Yeah.
So I used to do like a cleanse, and when I do a detox, regular cleanse, like a lot of stuff is stuck in here.
Yeah, sitting there rotting for a minute.
Yeah, how long is that? The colon is what? They say 20 feet, 30?
So the entire digestive tract is around about 30 to 35 feet.
How though? Like, this is small. Like,
the colon is about 7 feet.
Okay.
Okay. How is spaghettied in there like this. But if we were to take it out and lay it out, it's about 35 feet.
So basically, as I'm eating, pieces just keep getting stuck in there. Like it all don't come out. I'm 36 years of pieces getting stuck on those walls or whatever.
Yeah. If you're not properly digesting, and most people aren't.
All right, yeah. I would have.
So that's what happens.
I eat 3 times a day. I don't go to the bathroom 3 times a day.
Right.
So I just did that math. If I eat 3 times a day, go to the bathroom 1 time a day, I ate 1,000 times in the year, went to the bathroom 365. Something's going on.
Problem. And most people don't know that because most people don't know it's normal. Like when you eat properly, you have a healthy digestive system. It's normal. Every time you eat, you go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Most
I go to the bathroom more now, bro. Like 2-3 times a day now.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And it's not hard anymore. Like you know how you gotta sit on the toilet for like 30 minutes. Not when you eat no meat. You sit down.
Hydration and fiber. That's what makes a bowel movement.
Got it.
So most people don't have enough hydration, they're dehydrated. And most people don't have fiber because fiber only comes from plants.
Yeah.
And most of the plants that people are eating, 50% of plants that people are eating are potatoes, which have no fiber and is full of sugar. And then the rest is like overcooked vegetables.
Got it.
Okay. And that kills the fiber. So that's why people aren't digesting properly. But one of the remedies to that is the detox because we live in a very toxic world today. The water is toxic. It has fluorine and chlorine and chloramine and mercury and microplastics. So the water is toxic. And even if you don't drink tap water, guess what? You bathe in it. Okay. And whatever you put on your skin, you absorb. The water is the air is toxic.
What you got on your water?
I have a filter on the house.
On the house?
On the house. So all the water that comes in my house is filtered.
So I got to get a filter on the crib now.
I got the entire filter. And you can even have these systems where,
man,
yeah,
I got to get a filter for that. I thought you just put it on the shower. I got to get the whole.
My dude, they use fluorine in Nazi Germany against the Jews, and they put it in our water. So the water is polluted. The air is polluted. The food is definitely polluted. Most of the food is genetically modified. It's loaded with food chemicals. So you're getting that type of stuff that, again, 70 years ago.
You can't do nothing, bro.
Computers, cell phones, televisions, wireless routers. We're getting EMF radiation every day.
You ain't fooling with a Tesla car.
Huh?
You ain't copping no Tesla.
I own a Tesla, but this is the point that I'm trying to make to you. I got to breathe the same air that you breathe. Yeah. You know, like I have to use a cell phone. I have to use a computer.
Right.
So
but
being
let me
toxic
protect
free
myself
is unavoidable.
Yeah.
And so it's important for us to know and understand that if we can't be toxin free, then we got to detoxify our bodies because otherwise all these detoxification organs are going to get saturated with toxins. And so the same way we do an oil change, we change the brakes, the tires, the spark plugs, the wires on our cars, we got to have a maintenance plan for our bodies. So that's why I do my full body detox like every 3 to 4 months, the same way you would do an oil change.
Got it, every 3 to 4 months. Got it.